key to generating long-term depression in these pathways is actually to take the period immediately following the bad habit execution, and in that moment capture the sequence of events, not that led to the bad habit execution, but actually to take advantage of the fact that the neurons that were responsible for generating that bad habit were active a moment ago, and to actually engage in a replacement behavior immediately afterward. So let's give an example. Let's say you find yourself, you're trying to do focused work, you pick up your phone, you're disappointing yourself for picking up your phone. You could, of course, just put it down and re-engage in the work behavior, but if you were good at that, then you probably wouldn't have done it in the first place. And so what turns out to be very effective is to go engage in some other positive habit. This has two major effects. The first one is you start to link in time the execution of a bad behavior to this other good behavior. In other words, you start to create a kind of a double habit that starts with a bad habit and then ends with a good habit. So as I mentioned before, this might seem counterintuitive. You might think, why would I want to reward the...
So basically what he's saying is, as soon as you recognize a bad habit starting to come up, do something else, get your mind off it, do something else that's positive, and it'll slowly build a better habit.
Execution of a bad habit with a good habit. I don't reward myself for the bad habit, but really what you're trying to do is you're trying to change the nature of the neural circuits that are firing so that you can rewrite the script for that bad habit. And so when people have applied this kind of approach, it removes the need to have constant conscious awareness of one's own behavior prior to that behavior, which is very, very difficult to achieve. Rather, what they find is that they are able to engage in remapping of the neural circuits associated with bad habits in ways that are very, very straightforward, right? Because you can always identify when you've done the thing you don't want to do and then tack onto that something additional that's positive. Now,
that's what we're going to take away from this. It's like as soon as we recognize a bad habit, it's going to be hard to recognize not going to sleep earlier. As soon as I recognize, I need to have everything done by the time it's ready to cook dinner. You know what I mean? Wash dishes when you're done with them. Do better. But when you recognize a bad habit, so far I got go to sleep earlier, treat sleep with more